All right, and then the last thing I'd like us to do before the interview is to sort of make a general assessment of the year 2023. And I'll start by just dropping a few facts and figures here. So the total prize pool for this year was $490,000. And that puts us behind 2022 and 2021, but ahead of 2020. And anything before those years just completely pales in comparison. Just to give you an idea, I think in 2019, which is the year DE was released, we had a total of $200,000.
And DE was released at the end of the year.
End of 2019, correct. Interestingly enough, there were more total events organized this year than in 2022. So we had fewer S-tier tournaments, a similar amount of A and B tier, but a lot more C-tier tournaments.
Right.
Like over twice the amount that we had last year, which is pretty interesting, I feel like. Then viewership-wise, the average across the year was honestly pretty similar to 2022 until November when it was returned, and the whole thing jumped by like 50%. We had smaller peaks than in 2022, but that was basically because we had no Red Bull and no Hidden Cup. That very important, and we don't talk about this enough, I feel like. We do, but not anyone else. But we actually hit an all-time record of players this year.
Sick.
It's something that I've been told that player base has been increasing year over year. And that's probably the single most important stat that Microsoft is looking at, right? The total number of people that are actually playing our game. So in general, I think this was a very good year for Age of Empires 2, if you take everything into account. And I think next year will be better.
Considering Dutch game, I think is a pretty solid state.
Dutch game.
And what I'm also happy to see is that Age of Empires 4 looks to be doing pretty good, and viewer player base as well.
They're increasing a lot in player base.
So it's again, everyone that plays AoE2, it's fine. AoE4 doing good is also good for Age of Empires 2. So
it definitely is.
And also, like I think on that, like you said, the amount of tournaments we have now, right? I think we might even have too many tournaments.
Okay.
Right? Is there such a thing as tournament fatigue as a viewer?
People talk about that, but I'm not sure if there is, because the biggest amount of tournaments you have, you're still giving people who don't know the game a chance to actually meet the game and learn about the game.
But like this time, like especially this last few months, right? I was involved in that, right? We have Warlords, like T90 Titans League finished. Warlords begins. Warlords finishes. We have the cartographers.
But you can just not watch. You can just not watch.
Yeah, but also tournament player fatigue, right? We play a tournament. The next tournament is already started by the time this is finished. So like the preparation time is gone, right? And also as a streamer player myself, I don't have time to just like shut out the tournament brain and like stream and just have fun, right?
Right. You're in a very particular situation, of course, as a top player and top streamer. I think for most people, more tournaments are not bad.
Okay.
I think so.
I think players in general feel like there might be too many tournaments at the moment.
But they can just not play.
They can, but that feels wrong, right?
Well, just do it. Be a grown up, you know.
But maybe there's a thing to be said about having maybe a little bit less big tournaments, and then just like rather increase the price pool of that to make more major events rather than all the. It feels weird calling a $30,000 medium event, right?
Right. No.
But if you get what I mean, like, let's have 5 $60,000, $70,000 tournaments instead of $10,000, $20,000 tournaments, for example.
Okay, just to be clear, this year we had fewer S-tier tournaments than 2022. So that would
also S-tier demands on Wikipedia have changed.
They keep changing. That's true. I was just watching the Resurgence, which was, I think was that Jordan's tournament. I think
Resurgence was Jordan's,
and it was a $10,000 tournament, and it was considered an S-tier tournament. And for example, your tournament was an A-tier.
Yeah, and for example, Resurgence Mihera didn't play as well, right? I think there was another player as well. So. Yeah, the rules have definitely changed.
Criteria keep changing.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. So, do you have a favorite moment from this year?
This year?